having a lot of kids in our upper level classes having the same small technique mistakes that could be fixed when they're in the younger levels. So these are a few things that I've noticed. So for a cartwheel, we always want to start with them arms up by their ears, covering their ears and reaching nice and high. We also want them to do a lunge, and teaching a lunge position when they're really young is important too. I always talk about our headlights on our hips, and we want our headlights facing straight forward so we can go up over the top. So if their hips are like this, then we're starting wrong. We want to be pointing straight forward. Standing with their proper foot in front, which is their bad foot, and back in that lunge position. For cartwheel, so they start and finish in their lunge, foot on the mat, starting in the nice lunge, hands go on the mat, other lunge, finish foot on the mat. We have a lot of people who are focusing on going up over the top and trying to straighten their legs over the top and doing a little bit more of a handstand shape, but if we can fix these little technique things like the beginning and the ending of the cartwheel, that'll help them progress. After they've mastered a cartwheel, we can move on to round-offs. The main thing that I see on round-offs are kids sliding their hands on the ground and having kids turning in one hand. So you want to start with them fingers facing forward. As they get older, they'll naturally start to turn in a little bit, which is okay. But you don't want to start with your hand already turned in because it'll only get worse as they get older. So again, we'll start in our big lunge, arms up by our ears, and then I'm going to try not to slide my hand on the mat and push straight off. For teaching a handstand, you want to try to teach to come back on the same foot first. Many times they'll do a handstand and come down, try to do kind of like a snap down, and that's good for later when they want to do snap down jump ups. But when we're starting handstands, we want to teach to land back on their color band foot. If you use something like a French fry to show them to split their legs and land in a lunge, that's helpful as well. But again, when they're really young, a color band will help a bunch too. So we'll start with a seesaw, where you don't bring your feet together. My arms are up by my ears, covering my ears. Kick up and land. And if they can land like this, that's really, really hard. That's great for them. When they get older, then we can try to bring our feet together at the top and kiss our toes and land. For a backward roll, we want to have their hands ready to go right at the beginning. So you don't want them pushing down on the ground like this to get their butt over the top. A good starting thing to do is to teach a taco shape. So just rolling back, getting their hands on the floor and trying to touch their feet on the ground and stand back up. Forward roll, standing up with your arms forward or up by your ears. Usually when they're younger, you teach them with their hands forward because they can't quite do it like this yet. But forward roll and not using their hands here to stand up. You can start this in cubs, super cubs, wildcats.